So Lord willing, it sounds all right. So anyway, what I want to do is I want to read where I left off at. And as this reads, geopolitical tensions rise and social unrest becomes a growing concern. Tech elites are preparing for worst case scenarios with luxury shelters equipped with renewable energy, infiltration systems, hydroponic farms, and even theaters. This trend reflects on sobering shift. While these leaders are shaping humanity's technological future, they're also investing heavily to ensure their own survival when society's stability is at risk. And that's all I'm going to read right here. And you know what this shows? This shows you that, again, they're not even confident about their new world order, because why would you need to build underground bunkers? Because in the back of their mind, they even know what's about to be had. They know that their end is going to come. They know that people are going to lose their fucking noodles, and they're going to be looking to find these guys to put them to death. All right? Diseases that they're going to release on the people, that so that they may even be affected by this stuff. That's what they're hiding for. But you know what? I'm going to take it a step higher. You know what they very well know? They know that the Messiah is getting ready to come back, and that's who they're really trying to hide from. All right, because if Esau has this technological power, he has enough knowledge to know that there will be an invasion of such, which is what I was speaking about earlier in the other video that I did in regards to this man by the name of Norman Berggren, and he exposed the fact that the angelic forces that he encountered, as well as they call UAPs, UFOs, right? He said that they were black, and if they were 7 foot, 7 foot was being conservative. They were like 9 feet tall. They were tall and black. So these devils, they know what the deal is, man. They know what's going on. And you know who really knows? Elon Musk with his space programs. He knows what it is. All right. There's nothing hid from this devil. Now, what I'm going to say is there's a lot that has been revealed to these devils, but these devils don't know everything. All right. But again, as it is written that the children of this generation are wiser than the children of light. And that they, as it is written, thou art wiser than Daniel, and that there's nothing that is hid from thee. So they know a lot that the earth has given them. All right. And so they definitely do know, especially with the technological advancements that they do have. They know that the Messiah is going to come back and kick them up the ass, give them a holy, divine ass whooping. And that's really what they're hiding from. They ain't going to say it, but that's what it is. Revelation 6 in verse 15. And this is exactly what they're fulfilling, man. This is what John the Revelator saw. And as well as Amos too. Revelation 16 and verse 15 now. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. So you had people that were coming from the nobility side of things, or high class people, all right, or even people that kind of knew better to hide themselves. Like case in point, you had celebrities that have spoken about this, like Kanye West and I think a few more as well than him. All right. So as this reads, and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. And by the way, speaking of hiding in the mountains, now there's a mountain retreat in somewhere in the West Coast, in the Cheyenne Mountains, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. In the Cheyenne Mountains, there's an underground bunker. There's an emergency underground bunker in that region. Revelation 6 and verse 16 now, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. And for the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? And that's exactly who they're hiding from, because they know that as what they call aliens or UFOs or AUPs is coming to invade planet Earth. So that's what they're really hiding from. Yes, they're hiding from possibly getting their ass whipped by people, because people gonna lose their cool when they really pull the plug on this place, and many other stuff. But primarily what they're really hiding from is the holy invasion which will proceed on this earth. Okay? Because they know some ass whooping is going to be had, and it's going to be an ass whooping like you ain't never seen before. Okay? A holy ass whooping is coming down from the Lord, which will be hallowed. His name will be hallowed, and his name will be glorified as well. All right? And he's going to hallow the earth. He's going to clean the earth of what he's going to send on the earth, which is fire. Okay, what would I be if fire have already been sent? Because fire will be sent. You're going to have the nuclear fire. And guess what? You're going to have his version of the fire, which is going to be the concentrated fire, which is going to be by those laser beams and his sparks of fire. All right. So that's what's going to happen, which is an inevitable thing, which will come to pass. And so as this reads now in the book of Amos, in verse 1 and verse 2. And I saw the Lord standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the lintels of the door, that the posts may shake, and cut them in the head, all of them, and I will slay the last of them with the sword. And he that flee of them shall not flee away, absolutely. And he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. Though they dig into hell. What is the hell? The underground, the graveyard. From the Hebrew word shawa'al, which means under the ground. Thence shall mine hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven. You have your space retreat stations as well, that they figure they can go roll in and hide in. Thence will I bring them down. And though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, and I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, you got your little sea retreats, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. And though they go into captivity before their enemies, thence will I command the sword, and it shall slay them. And I will set mine eyes upon them for evil and not for good. Okay? And who are their enemies? We're their enemies. So they're going to go into captivity before us. We're going to put them in captivity. Let me just say that correctly. We're going to put them in slavery. We're going to take them out of where they're located at. Right? And we're going to yank them out of their pits. And guess what? They're going to be used for our manpower. And these are going to be the nobles among these nations. As I just read to you in Revelation 6. So here it is. These men were not born into working like that everyday man. And they're going to go from that to being a slave, just like how we were slaves. All right. They're going to suffer the same and like how we suffered as being slaves unto their corporations. All right. Isaiah 24 and verse 17. Fear and the pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitants of the earth. And it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of fear shall fall into the pit. Right? Which the noise of fear is gonna be those missiles. And he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. Absolutely. For the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake. So the windows from on high is referring to the ozone layer, which is indeed open in this time. Of course, in this generation, right? Much more now than ever before, and as well as what's going to happen. And the foundations of the earth do shake, because what's going to shake the earth? The nuclear destruction is going to do that. You know, there's all kind of nuclear power that has never been even seen before. We've seen what atomic energy can do back in the 1940s. And that created some devastation to the point where thousands of people got affected by that during the time of the Second World War. J. Robert Oppenheimer, which they did a film about him, which was a very good film. I recently saw the film. And also Albert Einstein was a part of that Manhattan Project. you know, but mostly J. Robert Oppenheimer, which they were able to split the atoms and create a very destructive weapon that all nations are going to use. And this is why he said, J. Robert Oppenheimer, he said that I've become the destroyer of worlds, excuse me, which he gets that saying from the, it's hard to pronounce, man, that Elamite shit, the Bhagavad Gita, something like that. But that was all by the Spirit of the Lord on the left-hand side to create something like that so that these prophecies can be fulfilled. To bring an end to the civilization in a big fashion. Isaiah 24 and verse 19, the earth is utterly broken down, the earth is clean dissolved, and the earth is moved exceedingly. And yes, this is something else that they're trying to hide from as well, which they're going to survive. They're going to survive the nuclear annihilation. And then guess what? There's only going to be about a few people left. And yes, you're going to have the higher ups that are going to be left just to be taken as slaves. That's all. The earth shall roll to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgressions thereof shall be heavy upon it, as well as is written that the Heavenly Father is a just power. So the reason why this world is going to go out in a big way, because of the multitude and bountiful sins that has been done in it. That's why this kind of judgment is coming. This time is quite similar to the times of the beginning when you had the flood which came around, which, as it was written, that wickedness waxed exceedingly upon the earth. So it's happening now the same way. So the new way that the Lord is going to bring an end to this time or this eon is by fire. As the Apostle Peter spoke about. And it shall fall and not rise again. What's going to fall and not rise again? This civilization, primarily dealing with America. America is not going to rise again. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. And they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison. And after many days shall they be visited. So yeah, they're going to be our slaves. So you have those that are of the noble elk, and then you have your plutocrats, which are the super rich, and as well as you have great men that are going to be hiding in those bunkers, and as well as chief captains. Let's not forget those guys, right? That are going to be hiding under the earth to hide from what's to come. The things that they're going to initiate, of course, but the main crises which is to come is the Lord's return, which the term crises just goes back to the word judgment. All right. So that's the ultimate. That's really what they're going to be hiding from. Okay. Because they very well know what's going on out here. In the back of their mind, they know that something is going to give. So despite the fact that they're on the prowl of formulating a world that they can rule forever in, but they know in the back of their mind, as I'm going to say again, that somehow, some way, something's going to give. And that something is going to be the Messiah returning on this earth real soon. And their power is going to be taken from them. Like I said before, in a big fashion, in a big fucking way. Okay. So that's all I got to say with this. I want to give once again all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Hakwadash. And with this, I'm out. Shalom.